Hello friends, today our topic of discussion is letter of credit. This is one of the most important topic. It is not only helpful for your legal paper of GIB but for CIB also this topic is very helpful. And to understand the concept of letter of credit, one example I am going to explain here. See, this is cross border. Okay, one person, Mr. A in India and Mr. B in foreign country. Okay, if I mention for foreign country, here this Mr. A in India, and this is cross border. Letter of credit, it can be same country also. Letter of credit, it is issued by bank and it can be in same country or it can be different country also. Okay, so for all letter of credit can be issued. This example I am giving just for foreign country, but for same country also letter of credit can be issued by bank. What is happening exactly here? See, Mr. A is manufacturing some pens. Okay, A is manufacturing pens and A is manufacturing things and it is exporting to any foreign country. Okay, work is export of pen. B, who is B? He is in foreign country and he is importer, means he will purchase the pens that is manufactured by Mr. A. You can take example like 1 lakh units of pen. Yani 1 lakh pens will be manufactured by A and 1 lakh pen A will export to B. Okay. Now here comes the payment. How B will make payment and when we will make payment to A, to Mr. A. Here what happens? B is saying, okay, you manufacture all the pens and do shipment. Once I get the pen, I will make you payment. Okay, like this B is saying. A is thinking, I will send 1 lakh pen. You can take cost is approx 10 lakh. Okay. A is thinking 10 lakh cost pen of my pen, pen of all 1 lakh pen is 10 lakhs and I am sending 10 lakhs goods to Mr. B. What is the proof that B will make me payment? B can tell any excuse in future. B can say like this, oh, I got the pen, but give me 1 month, and after 1 month, once I will sell all the pen, then I will make payment to you. Like this also B can say. So A is saying you make me payment first, then I will do shipment of 1 lakh pen. A is saying B is saying that no, you do the shipment, then I will make payment. A is saying I will make the shipment, no problem, you give me the payment first. So they both are fighting with each other. Now what is the solution? Okay, what is the solution for this? Main solution is A does not believe in B, and same case for B also. B does not believe in A. But banks like Mr. B, one bank is saying you can take any Standard Chartered Bank, and A is bank SBI Bank. Okay, if B is saying okay, I will make payment, A won't believe. But instead of B, if B is bank, B is having account in Standard Chartered Bank. Okay, good reputed bank. Instead of B, Standard Chartered Bank is saying, okay, if B is not, if B won't make you payment, then I will pay. Then definitely A will believe now, because a person can be a default, but a bank, a reputed bank cannot be a default. That is the main thing. Okay, so that is concept of our LC. What will happen in LC? B. What is name for B? B name is importer. Another name, B is seller. Sorry, B is buyer. A is the seller of pen and B is the buyer. Any other name, B is applicant also. Why? Because in LC, who is the one who will start? B is the one who will start. Okay, so A will say, okay, I do not believe in you, but I believe in your bank. So you go to your bank and ask for one LC. A is saying like this to B. B is saying, okay, if you believe in my bank, you do not believe in me, but you believe in my bank. Okay, I will go to my bank and I will ask for LC. Okay, then our problem will be solved. Now B is the one who is starting. Okay, he is the one who is starting LC. So B will go to his bank, Standard Chartered Bank, and he will say that issue me one LC, letter of credit. Okay, now Standard Chartered Bank will issue letter of credit. Okay, but before that, what he will do? Standard Chartered Bank will advise LC to A. No, not directly to A. Standard Chartered Bank will advise to A's bank. A is also having account in one bank, that is you can take example is SBI or any other bank also. So what will happen? A is B's bank, that is Standard Chartered Bank, he will communicate LC to A's bank. What communicate? He will tell like this 1 lakh pens, cost of 1 pen is 10 rupees, and A will export, date also mentioned, like on this date A will export. So everything A will explain to his bank, who SBI. Okay, Then beneficiary, SBI will inform everything to beneficiary. Who is beneficiary here? A is the beneficiary. Why? Because he is the final one who will get the benefit, who will get the money. Okay, everything LC it came into picture because A needs some money, no? But when it will need the money, and who is guarantee that A will get the money after shipment of goods? That's why LC is coming in the picture. So Mr. A, his bank SBI, he will say okay, everything is same, everything is okay. Every bank will get 5 working days. Okay, like Standard Chartered Bank, he will take 5 working day, and SBI 5 working days. So it's not like that Standard Chartered Bank is communicating to SBI, he will take more time. Time limit is there, 5 working days for SBI as well as for Standard Chartered Bank. So B's bank is called issuing bank because he is issuing LC to B, and who's the beneficiary? A is the beneficiary. Okay, now Standard Chartered Bank is called issuing bank, and Standard Chartered will advise to SBI. Okay, so SBI is called advising bank because this SBI bank, he will advise to beneficiary, yani Mr. A. Okay, so SBI is called advising bank. If instead of SBI, for example, A's account is not in SBI, any XYZ bank, very small bank, that can be also possibility, no? And Standard Chartered Bank knows that SBI is very big bank, so he will believe, no problem, it will believe as Standard Chartered. But if instead of SBI any XYZ bank, A is having account in any XYZ bank, so Standard Chartered is saying XYZ bank, I do not believe in the bank, I have not heard the name before, like this also he can say. In that, what will happen? XYZ bank will go to SBI or any other big bank, and he will say, give some confirmation that if we would not pay the money, if anything problem happen, then we are giving a guarantee. Okay, so XYZ, that is small bank, and on behalf of small bank, any big bank is giving the confirmation, that is called confirming bank. Okay, that is called confirming bank. This is the main concept, and here we understand letter of credit is similar to bank guarantee, but it is not bank guarantee. Okay, applicant, the person in the diagram I told you, this is the person, applicant, who is taking the application to his bank. Okay, this is the importer, always it is importer, and beneficiary is exporter, beneficiary or seller, anything you can say. Okay, Mr. A is having 3 names. One name is seller because he is manufacturing the pens and he is selling to foreign country. Another name is exporter. Why? Because he is not selling in India, he is selling outside, that's why it's exporter. And the name beneficiary. Why? Because he is the one who is getting ultimate benefit in letter of credit. So A is having 3 names. Okay, A is the beneficiary and B is the applicant. So applicant I told you, the buyer, importer of the good, or you can say the borrower of issuing bank. Borrower of issuing bank means this is the bank who is issuing now. So this Mr. B is having account in issuing bank. So applicant, you understand who is the applicant. What is issuing bank? Importer's bank or buyer bank. Okay, who lends its name or credit. It is liable for payment once the document under LC are received by it from nominated negotiating bank. If negotiating bank is giving everything, every documents as per LC and everything is okay, then he has to give the credit because he has given guarantee. Like if B won't make payment, I will make you payment if everything as per LC. Like this only they are saying, na? Who will give documents? See, Mr. A will do shipment of goods. Okay, he will do shipment of goods and he will get all documents like shipment documents and bill of lading. All the documents A is having. A will go to his bank and he will give all documents to B, to bank. Once bank get the documents and he is seeing that everything as per LC, because in that when you are making a shipment and you will get bill of lading like this many units, this is the quantity and all the thing is mentioned in an insurance paper also. Okay, so everything will be there and everything is mentioned in LC, same thing. So if A's bank will see that everything as per documents as per LC, if everything is okay and all the documents he will see, then he will make payment to A, who? A's bank. Okay, and he will get money, this bank will get money from foreign country once they will show document to them and they see everything is okay as per documents, then they have to make payment. Like Standard Chartered Bank, if this confirming bank or advising bank, sorry, confirming bank role is just to confirm, just giving confirmation that I know this bank, if anything happens I will pay. Okay, he is giving just extra confirmation, no other work. This is the work and he will get some commission for that. That is the only work for confirmation bank. There is no other role for confirming bank. Okay, that you have to see. Now Standard Chartered Bank will see that all the things, all the documents as per everything as per LC mentioned, then this bank, Standard Chartered Bank, he has to make payment to negotiating bank. Who is negotiating bank? Negotiating bank is the bank in India. Okay, this is the bank, and what is the job of negotiating bank? He will give the documents and he will get the money. Okay, this bank will give the documents, and in return he will get the money. So same like is mentioned here. See, nominated bank, okay, or negotiating bank. So if negotiating bank is giving documents to this advising bank, Standard Chartered Bank, sorry, issuing bank, then issuing bank has to make payment to this negotiating bank. That is only mentioned here. Next, advising bank. Advising bank means issuing bank branch who is in exporter country, to whom the letter of credit is sent for onwards transmission to the seller. I told you not directly, this bank, Standard Chartered Bank, won't directly talk to A, because that can be the reason that Standard Chartered Bank cannot believe in A also, no, but Standard Chartered Bank can believe in XYZ Bank, in SBI Bank. If small bank is there, he will saying that I do not believe in you, I just want someone else. So XYZ will go to any other bank and he will say that give me some confirmation. So that is confirming bank. In some cases, if both are same, like SBI is big, so confirming bank is not required, so advising bank is enough. So what is the definition of advising bank? Advising bank, he will advise about letter of credit to whom? To beneficiary, to Mr. A. That is the name of advising bank. Beneficiary, I told now, who is getting all the benefit, who will get ultimate benefit, that is called beneficiary. So he is making the shipment within 21 days, maximum 21 days he will get his money, because he has done shipment of goods, he need the money, no? So 21 days he will get the payment. Negotiating bank, the bank to whom the beneficiary present the documents for negotiation, means beneficiary is giving documents to negotiating bank and negotiating bank is making payment to beneficiary. Okay, and it claim payment from reimbursing bank or opening bank and get 5 working days to check that. So beneficiary is showing documents to this negotiating bank. If everything is okay, he will get payment to from reimbursing bank. Or who is the reimbursing bank? Who will make payment? Reimbursing bank is Standard Chartered Bank. Sometimes it can be Standard Chartered Bank, or sometimes it can be any other bank also. Here sometimes one bank, or it can be reimbursement is done by any other bank also. That can be also possible. Okay, based on commission they will work. Reimbursing bank is confirming bank. I told you, like if XYZ is any small bank and Standard Chartered do not believe, so XYZ will say, Standard Chartered will say, I do not believe you, but you ask any big bank. So if SBI giving confirmation, that is called confirming bank. And role of confirming bank is, that's it, he is giving the confirmation. There is no other role for confirming bank. So here are all the parties and how they are working, that also I have explained to you. Now different type of LC, like what is irrevocable and revocable LC. What is the difference? Irrevocable LC is the one which can be cancelled or amended without consent of beneficiary. So without getting consent from beneficiary. Beneficiary is the one who is ultimately going to get the money. Okay, he is the one who is the exporter, you can say he is the seller. So without beneficiary information you can amend the LC, that is called irrevocable. And what is revocable? Revocable means that can be cancelled or amended anytime without the prior knowledge. It means irrevocable means which can be cancelled or amended without consent of beneficiary. In revocable there is no need, without any permission, means without any information of a beneficiary we can amend the LC, that is called revocable. And irrevocable means without informing you are going to amend. Okay, here line is there, na? With consent, means irrevocable means with consent, you have to ask if you want to cancel. With consent of beneficiary you can change. And revocable means without the prior knowledge of beneficiary you can change it. Okay, here after informing. Irrevocable means after informing beneficiary you are changing, and here there is no information to beneficiary that they are going to change or they are going to amend it or cancel it. So that is very risky for beneficiary. That's why this without prior knowledge or revocable LC is now not valid, because anytime they can change now. And what is the purpose of LC? Purpose is the ultimate beneficiary should get the benefit and he should get the money. If they are going to cancel it anytime and beneficiary is having no information, then what is the use of LC? Main purpose of LC is that beneficiary do not believe in applicant, okay, and he has no idea if he will get payment or not. He has done the shipment and all the documents he had showed to bank. For example, he is going to his negotiating bank. He is saying, see all the documents, I have done the shipment, give me my money. And he is saying, now the LC is not in existence, we have we have cancelled your LC. So what beneficiary will say? Beneficiary will say, then what is the use of LC? Main use is a type of guarantee, and you are saying without informing me, without my knowledge, you have cancelled my guarantee, or you have amend my guarantee. So it can be used by in a wrong purpose. Okay, for wrong purpose also it can be used. That's why revocable LC is not applicable. Only all LCs are only irrevocable. Means irrevocable means if you want to change, you have to inform beneficiary about it. All the parties should have information about this, then only you should change. So this is valid and this is invalid. Okay, it is not invalid, but this is the definition. So you should know what is irrevocable and what is revocable LCs. What is with recourse and without recourse LC? With recourse and without recourse. Here without. When the beneficiary hold himself liable. Without. Here it is without. Okay. With recourse means when the beneficiary hold himself liable to the holder of the bill if dishonored, it is called. When he does not hold liable, the credit is said to be without. See, in with recourse, what is happening? Beneficiary is saying that I will be liable for to the holder of bill if dishonored. If my bill is dishonored, then I will be liable. Who is saying? Beneficiary is saying like this. If my bill is dishonored, then I will be liable. That is called with recourse. And without recourse, this is without. Okay. When he does not hold himself responsible, that is called without responsible. Without, as the name suggests, na, don't ask me. If anything happens, you will see. You don't ask me. So without means he is not taking any liability. Who? Beneficiary. Okay. When beneficiary is saying, if bill get dishonored, you don't ask me. That is called without recourse. And in case if beneficiary is holding himself responsible, himself liable, if anything happens, if bill becomes dishonored in future, that is called with recourse. With recourse means you can disturb me, you can ask me what happened, why you didn't get the bill. Okay, I am also liable. Without recourse means you cannot ask me, I am not liable. Restricted LC means it is the LC where specified bank is designated to pay. Means specific one bank name is mentioned. That is called restrictive LC. Specific bank name is mentioned, or that bank only will accept or negotiate, or only that bank payment will be made. That is called restrictive LC. Okay, it is like some area within is restricted area, means only few people can go to that area. So similar to this, not every bank, only the specified bank in LC, that bank only will negotiate. To that bank only payment will be made. That is called restrictive. Transferable LC. In this LC, beneficiary is entitled, means he is having right that he can transfer the LC to second beneficiary. Like this person is in our example, this beneficiary, or you can say seller or exporter, he is manufacturing the pens, but raw material is required for pen. So what he is doing, he is purchasing raw material from some another. Okay, like 1 lakh pen, for 1 lakh pen he needs plastic and all the thing. So all raw material he is purchasing from another one. Okay, so what he will do, he will transfer his LC to his beneficiary, that we can say second beneficiary. That is called transferable LC. It is an LC where the beneficiary is entitled, means he is having right to transfer the LC in whole. Either whole LC he can transfer or part, depends how much amount is pending. Okay, how much amount he has to pay to the second beneficiary. Okay, in bracket they have mentioned supplier of beneficiary, means beneficiary is purchasing raw material from that beneficiary. Okay, that is called second beneficiary. It is called transferable, and it is only once it is allowed. It's not like this person, plastic person is saying I have purchased from another person, then this LC will transfer here, then this person is saying I have purchased this from another person, and number of time also they can say, no, so it is confusion. So better only one time you can do transfer, but only once. Okay, one time only it is allowed. So transferable LC means beneficiary can transfer his right to second beneficiary. And who is the second beneficiary? He is the supplier of first beneficiary. Okay, who is supplying raw material to our first beneficiary. Next, back-to-back letter of credit. What is this? It is a second letter of credit opened by original beneficiary in favor of second beneficiary who is his local supplier. In back-to-back letter of credit, what will happen? Like we have seen, transferable LC in this case, what is doing? First beneficiary, he is transferring his LC to second. He is saying, okay, now my rights got transferred to this. But in back-to-back letter of credit, what will happen? Here, one more LC will be open. Okay, and what is some security is required, na? And security is first LC. First LC is security. So security of first LC, you are opening one more LC, that is called back-to-back LC. Hope you understand. See, LC, what is LC? LC is a first beneficiary. He is saying that I am the beneficiary of LC, and as bank has given me confirmation, so 100% I will get my money. Okay, that is first LC. And this first beneficiary, he is making pen and he is sending to foreign country, that we have seen in the first slide. Okay, now this person is getting supply of like plastic or ink required for pen, that he got from another supplier. Okay, now what we'll do, this another supplier will go to one bank and he's saying, see, I have supplied to this, and based on this LC, take it, this LC as security. This time they are not transferring, they are using it as just as security. They are saying, based on this LC, you open one more LC for me. For whom? Beneficiary. This time beneficiary saying, second beneficiary saying to first beneficiary, I do not want you to transfer, I want, based on this LC, I want to open one more LC. Okay, he wants his separate LC. That is called back-to-back LC. See, is the second LC opened by original beneficiary in favor of second beneficiary. Okay, who will open? This first beneficiary will open, but in favor of whom? Not in his favor. He want to open in favor of second beneficiary. And who is second beneficiary? He is his local supplier. Okay, from who is supplying plastic or anything like this to our first beneficiary. He tenders the original LC to the bank in his country as a cover for opening second LC. So as a security, he is using his first LC. The terms of such credit would be identical, like whatever the terms for credit, that will be similar to our first bank LC, first beneficiary LC, except that price may be lower or validity earlier. So validity can be earlier because this LC will expire first now. So validity can be earlier, or price may be lower because he is getting only raw material from this, and this he is sending only finished goods. So price may be low and validity can be earlier. Other thing will be similar to our first LC. Okay, that is called back-to-back LC. And in exams, just 1 mark question they are asking, who is applicant, who is advising bank, who is reimbursing bank, and what is back-to-back LC, what is revocable LC. Like this 1 mark question they are asking. What is red clause and green clause LC? What is the difference? See, this person who first beneficiary. Okay, in first example also we have seen who is the exporter. So first beneficiary is saying to bank that I need some advance. I have to purchase plastic, and then only have to, so some advance he is asking. Okay, and he's saying, you give me some advance, I will purchase plastic and I will make pen. So some advance you give me. So before shipment, you say pre-shipment. Okay, before shipment some, or you can say the before manufacture of goods, he is asking for some advance. That is called red clause LC. It is referred to a packaging or anticipatory credit, has a clause permitting the correspondent bank in the exporter country to grant advance to beneficiary at a issuing bank responsibility. So the one who is issuing the LC, who, that is in foreign country, Standard Chartered Bank is the issuing. So in the guarantee of issuing bank, this bank in India, okay, exporters country bank can give some credit to beneficiary. That is called red clause. These advances are adjusted from process of bill negotiating, and this amount will be adjusted later. Later they can say that total amount is 10 lakh, but 1 lakh advance we have given you earlier, so 9 lakh only you will get the money. Okay, this can be adjusted later. And what is green clause? Green clause permits the advance for storage. So if Mr. A, okay, he's saying goods I have manufactured, but after 1 month I am going to make shipment. For 1 month I have to store it in warehouse, and for that purpose I need some money. Okay, in addition to pre-shipment, see, pre-shipment already he has taken. Pre-shipment advance means before shipment, or you can say that in the starting some advance he's in requirement of some money, some advance he has taken in the starting. That is called red clause. And green clause is what? In greenhouse, just for storage they need the money. Okay, they have to store, they have to keep it for some time, and then they will do shipment. So for storage they need the money. For warehouse they have to pay rent or etc. They need that money. So that purpose advance is given. That is called green clause. In both the cases, issuing bank responsibility. Issuing bank means foreign country, Standard Chartered Bank, that responsibility. And who is paying? Exporters country bank means India's bank only paying. To whom? To beneficiary they are giving some advance, and here some extra advance. In addition to pre-shipment advance. So pre-shipment already advance is given, that is okay. In addition to that advance, some extra amount is given. That is called green clause. And name is red clause and green clause because these things in LC, in red color ink and green color ink it's mentioned. Okay, so red clause credit, that will be mentioned in red color ink, and green clause means green color ink. That's why name itself is red clause LC. In LC this thing is mentioned, then only they are going to make payment. If in LC nothing is mentioned, then they are not going to make payment in future also. Okay, so in LC it should be mentioned in the starting itself that I need some money, some advance, and later on also I need some money for shipment, for before shipment, for warehouse. Okay, so main important keywords is warehouse, warehouse, advance for storage in warehouse, that is green clause, and advance before shipment, or you can say in the starting for manufacture of pen, and this is before manufacture of pen. Okay, this is before manufacture, this is after manufacture. You have manufactured, pen is ready, you just want to store them for some time, like 1 month, 15 days, that is called green clause. And here for manufacture of pen you need plastic, ink, for that purpose you are asking some advance, that is called red clause red clause credit. What is standby credit? It is based on similar, it is based on it is similar to performance bond or guarantee, but issued in the form of LC. And what is performance bond? Means standby letter of credit means it depends what is the performance, how the thing is, based on that only they are issued. Okay, but issued in the form of LC. The beneficiary can submit his claim by means of drafts accompanied by requisite documentary evidence of performance as stipulated. So if performance is like this, then only they will get the credit. So beneficiary can submit his claim by means of draft accompanied by requisite and evidence of performance. Means as per the performance, as they have mentioned, the beneficiary will submit those documents and he will get the money. Okay, that is called standby. It is a type of performance bond. Means I have done correctly and I have performed whatever told me. I have performed my duty fully. I have made the pen as per quality mentioned in LC. So that is called standby. So if he is giving evidence that he has done his performance fully and there is no lack in his performance, then he will get the money. That is called standby. Documentary credit. When LC specified that bills drawn under LC must accompany documents. So in LC it must be mentioned. Documentary credit means it must be mentioned that title to goods or lending receipts, bill of lending, all documents will be mentioned. So if everything is mentioned, like insurance documents, everything is mentioned. If any such documents are not called, the credit is to be clean credit. If documents name is mentioned in LC, like we need insurance papers, bill of lading, all documents name is mentioned, that is called documentary credit. If no document name is mentioned, that is called clean credit. Okay, means document name is not mentioned. And documentary credit means specific document names like title of goods, you are the owner of goods, and title of goods, and bill of lending, shipment, all documents is required. Insurance paper, that is called documentary credit. Revolving credit, it is a type of cash credit. It means some person need LC for 2 months. Okay, in 1 year, 2 into 6, every 6 times in a year they need, no? So for every 2 months they need the LC. So what will happen, like CC limit, you are having one limit and you can draw from that limit, that is called cash credit. Similar to cash credit, revolving credit, in which all time they won't do, one time only they will sanction you LC, and that is repeating. Revolving means it's repeating, one time it will perform, okay, then again it will work, but there is some time limit also. Okay, time limit is there, like for 1 year, 2 month LC. So every 2 months banks having one LC, every 2 months. Document is the same, everything is same. In original document itself is mentioned like this LC is for 2 months and for 1 year. Okay, every 2 months in 1 year. So it means first 2 months bank guarantee, then again 2 months bank guarantee, then again 2 months bank guarantee, or you can say LC only. Okay, so revolving means it is a type of cash credit, and these LC provide that the amount of drawing made thereunder could be reinstated and made available to the beneficiary again and again for further drawing during the currency. So again and again they can do, and the applicant make the payment of documents earlier negotiated. So applicant has to make payment. Okay, applicant is the one who is starting the LC, no? So if all time he is making the payment, all time they are negotiating and they are getting money from applicant, so that is called revolving credit. Installment credit, it is a letter of credit for full value. So instead of sending full value of goods, you are sending some specific quantity. Okay, it can be part shipment, that is called installment. Means you are doing shipment in part, not fully shipment, in part only you are doing shipment, that is called installment credit. What are the documents in LC? Bill of lading, this is a basic document which required to be discharged by making the payment. So bill of exchange, one chapter is there. So under section 5/5 of Negotiable Instrument Act, the right to draw this document is available to beneficiary, and the amount tenor has to be in terms of credit. So bill of exchange means he is showing the bill. The person who is doing shipment, okay, the person who is doing shipment, he will get the bill. That is called bill of exchange. Means you are going anywhere, they are saying that this is your bill. So what is this? He will do shipment and the shipment company will give him one bill, that is called bill of exchange. Okay, first document. Second, invoice. Invoice means what is the price, what is the quantity, everything is mentioned. That is called invoice. Transport document. So if you are dispatching, then you are having some railway receipt, you can say, or bill of lading, that is called, or any other courier receipt, if airway or postal or any other courier receipt, that is called transport document. Invoice means cost and price, it is mentioned, that is called invoice receipt. Insurance, if you have done in transit insurance of your goods, okay, and what are the amount, what is the amount, what are the type of risk, that must be mentioned, and it should be similar to the one that is mentioned in letter of credit. So letter of credit, it should be mentioned like insurance and this much amount, everything should be as per letter of credit. That document also that documents will come in documents of LC, that is called insurance. What are other documents? Like certificate of origin and certificate from health authorities, this type of another documents can be there. Okay, these are the documents. Date of issuance of transport documents will be deemed to date of dispatch. So whatever the date mentioned in transport documents, that date will be considered as date of dispatch. Okay, or you can say shipment date of shipment. Nominated bank and issuing bank, everyone will get 5 working days. Okay, and beneficiary will get his payment in 21 calendar day after date of shipment. And what is date of shipment? That is mentioned above. Date of shipment is transport documents date. Okay, like shipment date, this date you have done the shipment, that date is called shipment date. Okay, in that bill date is mentioned, no? That is called shipment date, and within that 21 days, who will get the money? Beneficiary will get the money, and all bank will get 5 working days for scrutiny of the documents, that is LC documents. Okay, maximum tolerance limit is at 5% or more. So if quantity, like quantity they told 100 kg, that is quantity, so plus minus 5%, that much tolerance is allowed. Okay, so plus minus 5% means 95 to 105. If weight is, they told in LC that total weight is 100 kg, but once it received to importer's country and they have seen that weight is not 100 kg, it is 95 kg, then okay, that much tolerance is allowed. Okay, how much? 5% only. If it is 5% extra, then it is good actually. Okay, 105, that is allowed. If it is more or less than 5%, then it is not as per LC, and if it is not as per LC, then they may reject the documents. Who? Bank. So if it is like 94 kg, then they may reject, because tolerance level is allowed only plus minus 5. If it is extra, like instead of 100 kg, if it is 106, then also it's not as per LC. Okay, so total quantity of goods in that tolerance limit is plus minus 5%. It can be more than 5%, it can be less than. From what? From mentioned in LC. In LC they have mentioned, no, like we are going to do shipment of 1 lakh pen, and total weight of 1 lakh pen is 100 kg. So in that term it is saying how much tolerance is allowed. Similar price, in unit price, it should not be more than plus minus 10%. If they are saying that price is this much, total cost is this much, so plus minus 10%, this much tolerance is allowed, not more than that. Okay, so in price, plus minus 10%. Plus minus 10% in price, and in quantity, how much? Plus minus 10%. Okay, maximum tolerance is plus minus 5% in quantity. Okay, with this end of this topic, you practice it, and thank you so much for watching this video.